Hi, everyone. Sorry about that. Can everyone hear me now?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. I have some technical difficulties. All right. So today we're going to learn about the drawings tool for Procore. Generally, with the Procore package that we purchased, we're going to be getting a lot of different tools that allow you to do your job better. Procore is built with a bunch of tools or apps in the program that make your job a little bit more organized. It connects between the different applications and tools so that you can kind of streamline processes that are disjointed right now between paper and email and connecting with people into one streamlined process. And the biggest part of Procore is its backbone of the drawings tool. So within your Procore homepage, underneath project tools, this is where you're going to find all your different tools and everything available to you depending on your permissions. So PMs and journeymen and apprentices are all going to have different tools available to them depending on what they would typically use the most. But everyone is going to have access to the drawings tool here, right? In part, if you want to make drawings your favorite, so it's always up front, if you click the little star next to any of the tools, it'll put it as a favorite. And up here, you don't have to click the drop down for product tools. It'll just be up here as one of your favorites. So if I click into drawings, it's going to bring you to the drawings page itself and different drawing areas. So drawing areas you can think of as subfolders of our drawings. And what it's telling us right here is that we have a subfolder of contract drawings. Dominic created some special drawings. When we do a new project, we have set it up into 5 different drawing areas so that it's a little bit easier to understand what drawings that you need to access or what it's for. Right now we have contract drawings, so these are obviously the ones that we received from the GC, the architect, and the engineer. Tier 2 drawings will be ones from our vendors, from the shop if we need to, or any of those second tier drawings that we want to list. Prefabrication drawings are obviously going to be ones that we create for prefabrication. All your coordination drawings, if we do BIM coordination, are going to live in here. And then if we have estimate drawings, we'll have all our estimate drawings within this folder. This just kind of makes it easy to understand what the drawing is going to be used for and what its application is. So there's not one big giant folder of all these different drawings. It kind of breaks it out a little bit easier. So going back into the sandbox project where we can test some of this stuff. I go back into the drawings tool and I go into the contract drawings. So you can see that there's 77 drawings within this folder. And underneath the drawings tab, it's going to give you a few different views. So up top here is how you can jump back and forth between the drawing area that you were in and the drawing area you're currently in right now. Your current drawings tab right here will show you all the current drawings for the project. They're grouped into subsections of name and discipline. So you have your architectural, electrical, structural, and how many drawings there are. If you click into drawing sets is going to give you the different issuances of the drawings, when they were actually created, and how many different drawings were published in that set. Trash is just drawings that have been removed from the project or deleted for some sort of reason. Generally, those ones you will not have to worry about unless you accidentally delete a drawing. Most of the time, that's going to be the PM's responsibility for adding the drawings to the set. So the field team, all you have to worry about is generally the current drawings tab. If you open up any one of your drawing tabs here for electrical, for instance, it's going to give you all the drawing numbers. It will give you the name of the drawing, its current revision, the drawing date of the actual plan, when it was received, and what set it lives in. If you click onto the drawing number itself here, it will open up a tab for the drawing and bring you to that initial view. Does anyone have any questions so far on navigating to the drawings and getting to a drawing itself. Perfect. All right. So as you're in the drawings itself, more or less you can think of this as kind of a Bluebeam extension. It acts similar to Bluebeam. You were just looking at a PDF viewer. I don't have a mouse right now, so I'm just going to use a couple of different the web-based tools. You can zoom in, you can look at different areas of the drawing, and then more or less we're just going to be using this drawing in conjunction with this tab up here. So at first you see these arrows. These are going to bring you to the next drawing in your, let's say, set. So you can continually scroll through all your different drawing sets. Here is a quick navigate to a different drawing. So if you're trying to look for another E drawing, you can type in the name of the drawing, the actual number of the drawing, and it will pull up here to quickly navigate to that drawing. If you are looking to see what version you're on of this drawing, you can see under here there's an initial drawing set, and these are all your different sets that you're looking at. If we went to a drawing with more revisions, let me go back to find one. Under here, I have revision 3 for this reflected ceiling plan of the architectural plan. You can see if I click on this revision tab, it's going to show me all the different revisions of all these drawings. If I click into one of them, it's going to pop up with a red tab that says this is not the current drawing. On your phone, it will do the same thing. So this is all throughout the phone or the desktop app. This just warns you, hey, you're not looking at the current set that you need to. And you can go right back to bulletin 3 to see what the current drawing is. Over here on the right are a couple tools for this individual page itself. You can download the drawing into a PDF form. You can create a QR code. So more or less, you're able to print this QR code and slap this QR code anywhere in your project or around the site for you to scan this, and it'll bring you right to the drawing. So this would be good if you had a prefabrication drawing or even a coordination drawing. You can put this QR code up in the area that it applies to. Markup is generally similar to your Bluebeam markup tool. I'm going to go into this a little bit more afterwards. Filters, you can look at the different markups you have or highlight some of them or turn them off. Information is just general information about the sheet, when it was printed, all that stuff that you saw in that initial table. And then search, you can search within all the drawings for individual text, words, generally like you're searching through a Bluebeam set. And lastly is activity. You'll see any markups, who's done it, whatever has been done here. Just anyone, any questions about the general kind of navigation of the sheet or the tools for it? Awesome. Just for your own knowledge, if you're trying to leave the sheet, don't close out of the browser or try to close out or hit back. It brings you to the previous page itself, so it would bring you past the sandbox. If you click into the drawing, at least this is from the web page browser, hit the close button here, and this brings you to the right area you want with the drawings loaded up. I'm going to navigate to one of our projects that we've been doing some markups in, so I can show you a few different ways that the drawings can interact with your project. So under this project right here, we have 23 Elm. We had our engineering team going out to the site to do some markups and some punch list items. All right, let me go back to the drawing area. Here we go. Additionally, actually, if you see an area one that says connected here, these are connected drawings to the GC's Procore. So this is indicating that the GC is maintaining this drawing area. Generally, they don't name this area, so this will be added to the end here. This is generally, if the GC has a Procore, we'll be using this as our primary contract drawings. Let's go look for electrical drawings. And you can see that some of these have markups on them. This little tool here indicates that this drawing has a markup. So I'm going to go to the first floor power plan. And once you open it, you can start to see all these different icons are appearing on the sheet itself. These are all the active markups that are on the drawing here, as well as different types of pins and distances. So if you go into filter, you can turn on and off all the markups. You can show only personal or published markups, and I can just show individual ones. So I just want to see what the punch list markups are, or if I wanted to see if there are photos. So what this allows you to do is use the drawing tool in conjunction with the other tools that we have. For instance, with this punch list item here, Anthony went through, he marked up that a new duplex was found in the existing closet. It needs to be replaced with a quad. This is linked to a punch list item that Anthony did. If you click onto that individual item, it's going to bring you directly to that punch list item that Anthony created. It's going to give you all the information about that punch list item, as well as maybe some images. And on your phone, it's much more streamlined with the image popping up, how it looks. Additionally, from this, you're able to generate such a thing as a PDF report. So if you wanted to print out a punch list item for someone to do or share this, it creates a punch list item that shows you the floor plan along with a link back to the drawing, the photos that were associated, who created this punch list item, and all the other information of what changed with it. And this was all generated from the drawings tool here by creating what is called a photo or a punch. So if I go to a pin markup and I want to do, oh, sorry, the wrong close. Filter. If I want to add a new photo or a punch list item, I'm able to click and place a specific marker anywhere on the drawing, give it a name such as ceiling tile, receptacle. Bring this up a little bit. And we'll link a punch list item that you actually created in the punch list tool. Additionally, you can do that with a photo. So you can link what a photo is or upload a photo from your computer. Or you can even make a drawing. So if we wanted to link a specific drawing to this area, such as a prefab drawing or a architectural drawing, we could link a specific drawing for this area here so that if you have to do, all you have to do is click into it and it would bring you to this. So this would be very, very helpful for your team if you were doing, say, a kitchen elevation up in here. You'd be able to link a kitchen elevation from millwork drawings that we have to this little area. So instead of you trying to navigate through all the way all to the submittal drawings, all that stuff, you can link it into this area and move this as needed to that area. Does anyone have any questions about the linking or the different tools that you can do?
How small can you make that link? Is that the link, Corey?
Yeah, so that drawing link can be kind of as small as you want it. Generally just a circle. And then if we just typed in, I don't think we have any prefab on here, but just electrical or arc C elevations. And we can do interior elevations. Once I click on it, it'll bring you right to that interior elevation area and page. So it's generally whatever size you want to make it, and then you can also edit the overall size of it to whatever needs to be and move it. Again, I don't have a mouse on me right now, so it's a little bit difficult.
So once these different pins are placed, it's visible only to you until you hit the publish button, correct?
Exactly. So right now, until I hit publish, this hasn't been issued to anyone. It's just my own private markup. And underneath your filter here, you can see that as personal markups or published. So if I didn't have this published, let me just delete this one and add in a new markup, such as that drawing here. Link a drawing as elevations. And then I just hide published ones to personal. This means that no one else can see it but me. This is my own internal markup of the drawing, and no one else will be able to see it. It's not public for the PMs or anybody. It's your own personal markup. So even if you wanted to type in like maybe a text as, double check elevations, this is here until I hit publish to the entire team. Additionally, with this, you can add different attachments or links to a submittal, document, RFI, or sketch. So this could be an RFI note that you want. Hey, I got to double check this elevation for what these receptacles need to be. Or even cloud. I can do a cloud. I can do the same thing as link it to a submittal, RFI, or sketch.
And if you don't want to, you don't have to ever publish it. It's own personal use.
Nope, you do not have to publish it. So if I turn this off, it only went to published. Sorry. It's only going to show what has been published to everyone else in the field. So if I want to measure distance or area or calibrate, I can just not calibrated. So just draw an arrow. This isn't published, but again, this can also link to an RFI sketch or document. So this is an easy way to connect all your different types of drawings, submittals, sketches, hand sketches to these little areas as well. And also links to such as photos. So if you took a photo, it gives you a date of when the photo has been drawn or linked. It brings you right to the timestamp photo of it, who was uploaded of, when it was taken. So it's a really good way to keep track of progress as well. And then additionally, these do not change from the different revisions. So it's linked to the revision that it's on, but you could be able to see all of them after it's been marked up.
Can you transfer them from division to division, from markup? Revision to revision.
I'm not 100% sure. I think there's a way to see all of your markups on them, but I have to do a little bit more research on that one. I'll get back to you.
Because I think it would be beneficial to keep them moving along from revision to revision.
Yeah, I think it will show up on the current revision. I don't think it will show up on previous revision because it's not the current drawing, which kind of prohibits you from, using that drawing incorrectly. So, I mean, it might work if I add another drawing. I'll ask our Procore representative and get back to you with that.
Can you put one in the bottom left corner on revision 5 and see if it pops up in revision 6?
Let's try. Test. I don't think it'll even let me publish it. Publish. Nope, just on revision 5. Interesting. I'll do a little bit more research on jumping through revisions and those markups. They might only act individually on the page or that revision itself.
Can you copy a markup from one revision to the next? You would just select it.
Maybe. I also am thinking, since this is the drawings are connected to the Richmond groups one, that this might have a different accessibility on it. I'll definitely look into if you can connect the revisions between the different revisions, Jay, or copy them over. I'm sure there is probably a way to do it or show them all with the revisions on. I'm just not 100% sure in this training. I can send out a follow-up email.
Perfect.
And then the activity, this will show you any new activity that's happened on this drawing since you last looked at it. So you can see all the different punch list items put together by Anthony or by Steve. And then brings you right to the linked element. So Anthony and Steve have been kind of test running this for us, at least with the punch items and the photos. Did you guys find it pretty easy to
it's
create
easy.
these issues and photos?
It's easy. I just think it's just a matter of just individual practice. You know, it all depends on what devices people are working with. Like when I'm out in the field, I'm typically I'm generating all these photo pins and punch list pins with an iPad, and it's been working pretty well. Like if you have to, like, I would just say for time efficiency's sake, having the photos and the punch list items is probably the quickest way to do it. I mean, we can also just as easily as in Bluebeam mark stuff up on these drawings, but depending on how intricate you want the markups can be, that can really tie you up. But yeah, it works pretty good, works pretty reliably. And once you publish the punch list items, yeah, and an email goes right out to whoever you want to send it, whether it's the foreman or the PM or whoever needs to see it. It works pretty good.
So just a couple more things I want to talk about with the drawing tool before we go too far, before we're time up. A couple of things. One is up top here, there's a little tab that says subscribe. If you turn this on, you'll get an email that will alert you to whenever a new drawing has been updated and give you a summarized report of what drawings have changed. So this is really good when new bulletins drop or your PM uploads a new set. Reports, there's all different types of reports on different measurements, sketches, revisions. This is a little bit more extensive and could even do its own training. So just play around with the reports tool. Export, you can export out PDFs. And then view locations. This gives you all the locations in the project, along with a heat map of like how many issues or markups or any of that stuff that has happened within that area. This is just the test sandbox, so there hasn't been a lot of different markups that have been done, but this will bring you to all the different areas in the project.
Corey, how'd you get to that? I missed that real quick.
Yep. So just at the top, this needs to be set up during the process of importing the drawings, which your PM will do. But it should be up here in the sandbox test project under view locations. Again, this has to be pulled out of the drawings or Revit. This is an additional initiation step, so this might not be available on all projects, but definitely on the larger projects for sure. View locations will be published. And then lastly, one of the biggest things for the field, which would make it easy, is you're able to compare drawings against different revisions. So if you hit the See All button next to the drawing, it will bring you up all the different information of those drawings. And then next to each individual drawing here, right? So we can see that this was the initial set, bulletin 1 set. You won't be able to change any of this information unless you're an admin or have that permission. But over here on the right, you're able to compare this version to the current version. So what it's doing is telling you comparing revision 2 and 3 to each other. And what it's going to do is give you blue as added, red as removed. Wondering if it's the same drawing across all of them. I'm going to go to the 23 Elm project and look at this. So I'm going to go to the first floor lighting plan here. Sorry. First floor lighting plan, I want to hit see all. And I want to compare the lighting plan back to bulletin 1. So revision 4 versus revision 2.
I don't know if we can see what you're doing, Corey.
Oh, sorry, is it lagging? All right, 1 sec. There we go.
There it is.
Sorry about that. So more or less, I just hit the compare tool. I'll go back 1 so we can see that. So I'm going to compare the current set versus bulletin 2, which is revision 3. Oh, I see what's happening. It's creating a new tab every time. 1 second. It generates a new tab every time, so it wasn't actually following the tab I was on. So as you can see, blue is added scope, red is remove scope, and if you zoomed in, you can see a different couple notes here were added. A little bit was added to the lighting schedule, and then it looks like there were some lighting changes in this little area here. Along, you can see the blue bubble or the blue scope change. All right, and this is a very helpful tool to, if the drawings are similar and it overlays properly, if the architect hasn't changed like where this drawing lives, it can give you a very good idea of what scope has changed between the two sets for that individual drawing.
When these drawings get created, this comparison, can you link this comparison to that pin like we did before, or no?
You can download that drawing as an image.
Okay, yep. And then
you can create that as a pin or a markup in its own right. Because it'll just create an image for you to attach. So if I went back to this individual drawing here, open, I'm going to hit markup. I'm going to add a photo of this area, upload file from my computer.
I'm just thinking of like last minute changes of things that might have already been done.
Yep. So now here's the photo, link photo. Here's the markup page.
Nice.
And again, that's not published yet, so no one can see it. But if I did, I could publish it for the entire team to see. That's generally it for the drawings tool. Does anyone have any specific questions on it or any features that they might want to understand with it a little bit better?
Guess no questions.
Guess not. All right, guys. I'll let you guys go. Thank you for joining this training, and I'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
Thank you.